Tiamo, I need your help with the zipper.
Again? I'm telling you, you had too much cake yesterday.
No, the zipper is just in a place you can't reach while wearing this spy suit, with how tight it is. None of this would be a problem with the outfit I suggested.
A long coat, turtleneck, hat and shades. Yeah, that would have been totally inconspicuous.
Exactly.
Sarcasm. Besides, you refuse to wear shoes because you find them restricting, so how long do you think you could last in a heavy coat?
Guys, can your fashion show be a little less noisy? I'm trying to concentrate here. No sarcasm.
What are you doing that requires so much concentration?
Searching the witch hunters database for clues about where they went.
We have access to their database.
To a past version of it, yes. Grande hacked into Prudence's laptop at Studio Donna and made us a copy. That's how we found you and Wilbica in Shadow Vale. It contains files about various occult families and past missions to wipe them out, but very little about the hunters themselves aside from the names of the people writing the mission reports. Sven Doughty comes up quite a lot, must be one of their top-class agents.
Isn't that the blonde guy who helped kidnap Willie?
That one, yes. There's also an Alison Doughty, but no information whether they're related, and nothing that could help us find them. It's so frustrating. So many files, but all they can tell me is the addresses, birthdays and zodiac signs of every known witch, vampire, alien and mermaid in the area. Did you know that Serena Kailani is an Aquarius?
No.
Well good, then at least you learned something new today.
But they don't have a file on Leviathan, do they?
They didn't at the time this copy was made, and he hasn't caused any trouble since he's here, so we should still be able to use him as our spy.
Good to hear, because I'm ready. Want to take a look?
Don't mind me, I'm just an innocent bystander, and none of this is my fault.
Lord of the Underworld, what the fuck is this?
My spy suit. Tiamo picked it for me. He thought the long coat and turtleneck combo was too suspicious.
And you think this is better? The point is to not have anyone suspect that you're a spy.
Anyone could be a spy. I thought the point was to make him look different than usual, so something from my wardrobe should do the trick. Look, he's even wearing shoes.
Fascinating, but no. See if you can find something more normal for him to wear. But first, I need your blood.
What for?
A guardian charm. I made one for your sister too, otherwise I wouldn't have allowed her to go back to university today.
Well, if that means you're not condemning me to another eternity down in Shadow Vale, take all you need.
After everything that happened, I didn't think I'd see Foxbury again so soon. What do you think, Veiled?
I think this place is fucking boring.
And for once that's a good thing, because boring equals safe. Some of my new professors and fellow students are already wondering what a little girl with a floating toy is doing in their classrooms. Now imagine what they'd think if that girl's mother showed up and caused a scene on her first day.
Shit happens.
Look, it's Elise and Evelyn. I completely forgot that Evelyn is now a student here too. She's studying to become a doctor.
What a lovely bedtime story to tell your grandmother, but that's not me. Do I look like I give a fuck?
Hey Wilbica, come sit with us.
I was hoping we'd meet. You're studying history, aren't you? How was your first day so far?
So now you're talking to me again? You didn't seem happy about my presence at the Studio Donna reopening.
Listen, I'm sorry for my behavior, but Aaron was nearby, and I can't take any more trouble than he's already giving me. He blames your family for what happened to David, and if he sees me with you, he snaps at me. I consider myself lucky that he allowed me to come here today.
You're an adult woman, Evelyn. You don't need your husband's permission for anything. If he doesn't understand that, maybe I should talk to him.
No, please. As I said, I don't want any more trouble. We can meet here without him knowing.
How is Daisy?
The same he was before we went on vacation. We still don't get a word out of him, but it was scarier when he did talk, so I'm just glad he's no longer possessed by demons.
You mean fairies? Have you learned anything new about them?
Not yet, but Loki is working on it.
Wilbica. Long time no see.
Wait, don't come any closer.
Whoa!
Fuck.
What's going on?
Who are you? What do you want?
It's okay, Grande. That's Finn Knudsen. Nate's brother, remember?
No, I have never met any of Nate's brothers, and your mother told me not to let you talk to strangers.
Finn is not a stranger, and now you know him too. Calm down, he's not going to hurt me. Now can I please talk to my friend?
Sure, but I'm right here if you need me.
Why does she need a bodyguard? Is she in trouble?
Long story. Don't worry about it. You have enough on your own plate.
Did you foresee that your father was going to throw your aunt out and give you her room?
No.
What about the family center incident? If you had known that I was going to find a dead body there, you would have warned me, right?
Of course, but my visions don't work like that. I have very little control over when they come and what they show me. Only when I concentrate really hard on a particular thought before going to sleep, there's a chance I'll dream about it, but even then, it might just be a regular dream. Sometimes I don't realize it was a vision until I see it happening in the real world, and I've never appeared in any of those visions myself, so maybe I can only foresee events that don't include me.
What a random limitation.
And possibly not the only one. The truth is, I don't know much about that power, or anybody who could teach me how to use it.
Does your family know?
Everyone but my father, and that's for the best. Our relationship is strained enough as it is. I really don't need him to think that I'm some kind of witch.
Or a biblical prophet, like Miss Lacra believed.
Yeah, another thing I can do without. That has to be one of Mom's friends. Some members of the Christian Housewife Club still can't fathom that one of them is attending Foxbury now.
And your brother obviously can't be bothered to open the door and tell them.
One thing at a time. For now, I'm glad he's down here watching TV, not sitting in his room doing nothing.
Hello, Jacob. Is your mother home?
Miss Lacroix? But how? I thought you were dead.
You're not the only one. Even I could hardly believe I survived that gas leak accident at my house, and I had to spend a few weeks in hospital to recover. But I'm back now, and I just wanted to let you know.
The Diamond Witch.
What?
Don't let her in. She wanted to throw me into a volcano. Her and Angeles, and some alien witch from Sulani.
David, what are you talking about? I would never do anything like that.
Stay away from my brother.
Jacob.
I mean it. Back off or I'll call the police.
Sorry I upset you. I'll go. Just please, give Evelyn this. Tell her I regret that fight we had at Studio Donna, and I hope we can still be friends.
Everything is okay, Daisy. She can't hurt you in here.
Come on. Pick up.
Could someone please answer the phone already? Or unplug it, I don't care, just stop that horrible ringing sound.
Mammini. Jaden? Yes. Jaden, calm down. What happened?
Well, Prudence, your first solo mission was 36 years ago? You can't have been much older than 18. And you stopped an alien witch dressed as an angel after she killed 2 residents of an apartment building in San Myshuno. One of the witnesses was 11-year-old Sven Doughty from next door. I bet that's how he was recruited.
Mum, Jaden Bell just called.
Yes, I heard. And once his father hears about it too, no more pocket money for rainbow hair.
Prudence showed up at his door. Mum.
Go back to Shadow Vale and take Leviathan with you. But be discreet and go through the portal on the hill, because if any witch hunter sees you together, Leviathan's spy career will be over before it even began. I'll pay Rainbow Hair a visit.
I want to come with you.
No way. It's not safe for you out there, and I have bitch for protection. If you want to make yourself useful, find Loki in Shadow Vale and help him with his Uranus problem. Now go, I'll keep you up to date.
Mercury. Sir Wednesday. Anybody home? Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to intrude.
Is that so? If you really didn't mean to intrude, you would have waited outside. But it's fine. You know I'm always looking forward to your visits. Ladies, give us the room, please.
Here's the deal. You tell me everything you know about recent witch hunter activities, and I'll arrange a meeting with the ageless sage to discuss your political ambitions.
Why would I want to talk to that little brat? I just want him gone.
Well, I'm offering you a chance to say that to his face.
And then what? He'll see the error in his ways and leave the magic realm to me? I'm afraid we're not getting there without a war, because those blasted witches still think themselves superior to our kind.
You realize I'm part witch myself, right?
But you're also part vampire, and much older than you look, which means you understand the gravity of the situation. Why won't you work with me, Loki? They say you're from the future, and I'm from the past. In a way. If I'm not entitled to my own opinion after thousands of years among vampires and witches, I'll never be. So help me out here. With our knowledge combined, you and I would make a great team. Opposites attract after all.
Is that what you told those ladies before you made them your slaves?
Claire and Ada are not my slaves. They're here because they want to be. Because they appreciate the gifts I give them. Immortality, eternal youth, fresh blood. And in return, I appreciate their company. That's how business works.
Then let's get back to business. Just treat me as a client, except instead of your goods, I'm interested in buying information.
Oh, I am treating you as a client, and information is one of my goods. It's the payment that we have yet to agree upon. But I think I'm ready to compromise. Make that meeting with the useless sage happen, and how much I like the outcome will determine how much information I can give you.
The sage will be ready for you tonight.
You're a tough nut, Loki. It will be a pleasure cracking you.
I'm not detecting a hex on this present. Do your thing, bitch.
They hate all magic. Would they even be able to use witchcraft themselves?
Maybe not, but they're not above kidnapping witches to do the dirty work for them, like they kidnapped Vera to resurrect Prudence. And they have at least one vampire in their ranks. As long as it benefits them, they'll do anything, even use witchcraft. But we can ask Prudence about that when we find her. Bitch, do you have her scent? That's my dog. Let's go.
Where are you going?
Stay with Daisy. I'll be back soon.
You going on secret missions alongside creepy old women is becoming an unhealthy habit, Jaden.
About Ms. Lacroix coming back from the dead. Are you sure about that? What if she never died at all, but just went into a coma or something? She did mention a hospital stay.
Did she also mention a gas leak? That was the official story, which we decided upon because I blew up her stove. But it was a lie, just like everything she told you today.
What are you going to do once you find her? You can't just walk up and murder her in the middle of the street in broad daylight.
That was never the plan, but knowing the hunter's location would go a long way towards putting the actual plan into operation.
The trail ends here. She must have taken the bus.
That doesn't help us. There's buses going in every direction from here.
Is this bus stop new? I've never noticed it before.
It was built around the time you were in Sulani to facilitate commuting between Windenburg, Brightchester, and other towns.
What other towns? Is there a direct route to SetsunaMaiou too?
I think so. Yep, here, number 43. Why?
The city comes up quite a few times in the hunter's records, even more often than Windenburg. It seems to have a rather large supernatural population, and one of the hunters was recruited there too. That can't be a coincidence. Their new hideout must be somewhere in or around SetsunaMaiou.
Well, even if so, that doesn't really narrow down the possibilities. It's a very big city, with many places to hide. You're looking for a needle in a haystack.
But at least there is a haystack now. It's more than I had a minute ago. Next time the devil knocks, don't open the door.
Hey Willie, how was your first day at university?
Pretty cool, although I wish I could have taken more time to properly celebrate it. Finn suggested just that, but Mum's order was for me to return here right after my last class of the day, and Grande made sure I followed it.
Better safe than sorry.
What were you really afraid of though? The witch hunters finding us, or Mum finding out that you defied her?
A little bit of both.
Well, here you're safe from both her and the witch hunters for now, and can keep teaching Leviathan the ropes of being a spy, while Tiamo and I take care of some other business.
Look, I'm already dressed for the occasion. What do you think of my spy suit?
I think you should take it off immediately.
Grande, you naughty boy. At least wait until the others are gone.
What? No, I didn't mean it like that.
What are you two up to?
We're going to the magic realm to oversee a business meeting between the oldest living witch and an even older vampire, hoping it doesn't turn violent. Want to come with us?
Why are we meeting here? There's not going to be a service, is there?
No, the church is just where the portal was moved after several vampire parents complained about their children accidentally traveling to the magic realm while playing in the park.
Oh, good. Because I already had to sit through a mandatory introductory course today that was boring as fuck. Another lengthy lecture on historical events that didn't actually happen as described in the big old tome the lecturer is quoting from would definitely kill me.
You wouldn't have to worry about that here. Services held by high priestesses of magic tend to be more accurate because they include the doctrine of Mother Moon, don't paint all witches in a bad light, and don't ignore the other supernatural elements the Christian church would rather not talk about, such as the possibility of Adam and Eve having been vampires.
But this was still the witch hunters' church, right? Why did they of all people have a statue of Mother Moon in place of an altar? I can't be the only one who thinks that's weird.
They lived here before us, but others lived here even before them. The statue could be a remnant of that time whose true significance was lost on the children of the sun. Do we actually know anything about Shadow Vale's original inhabitants?
You may not, but I do. One of the many things I'm willing to tell you about if this meeting doesn't turn into a complete disappointment.
You're Mercury?
In the flesh.
Where's your talking cat?
I prefer to leave Sir Wednesday out of my political activism, it makes him emotional. Excuse me, was I expected to bring a familiar? I don't have any reason to worry about my safety in the Ageless Sage's domain, do I?
Of course not.
Good. Because I'd like to avoid getting bloodstains on this brand new suit, which is usually what happens when someone threatens me. Let's not keep your shepherd waiting.
God. I asked you for a sign whether I should continue on my path as a witch hunter with even more zeal than before, or stray from it because it wasn't leading anywhere good. You showed me through little David Bell that evil witches are still out there and dangerous, not even stopping short of innocent children. But then he accused me of being such a witch myself, referring to me as the Diamond Witch. Forgive me, Lord, but I don't understand the message. Am I still doing the right thing? Or have I become like the demons I'm fighting?
Sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you. There's just some repairs I need to make.
It's alright, Sven. Something tells me my prayer wasn't going to be answered anyway.
You know, I have doubts too. And there doesn't seem to be anyone around willing to listen, not even my wife. But you were there when I was a little boy, and that alien witch murdered my neighbors, traumatizing me for life. You were always there for me, like the older sister I never had, so maybe I can return the favor for once, if you wish to talk about it.
I was just talking to God. You should try the same.
I did, more than once. But you said it yourself, God doesn't always answer.
Witches and vampires have been in conflict for as long as I can remember, and neither side is innocent. But the gates of the magic realm are open now. Why don't you join us?
Sounds great on paper, but as long as you, a witch, remain in power, your kind will continue to oppress mine, and throw us under the bus when you no longer need us. Or have you forgotten what happened to the fairies?
We just gave you Shadow Vale as a gesture of goodwill. In return, we have received nothing but hostility from you. What do you expect us to do?
Do the witches know that Prudence Lacroix is back from the dead? Why don't they use that as an argument to unite the occults?
I already tried. Mercury doesn't care, and the Ageless Sage doesn't even believe it. But who can blame him? The only evidence we have are some distorted memory fragments I extracted from the mind of Vero, who doesn't remember the role she played in the resurrection and is still alive, even though the witch hunters had no reason to let her go after her job was done. Things don't add up.
Maybe they're keeping her alive in case they need her services again. Skilled necromancers don't grow on trees.
How did it go?
A good compromise is a solution that nobody involved is entirely happy with, and I think that's what we found. For now.
Are you happy enough to tell us something about the witch hunters?
You're not wasting any time. Very well. A couple of weeks ago, one of my delivery men was abducted by strangers posing as new clients. Not realizing that he was a daywalking vampire, they tried to kill him by exposing him to the rising sun, shouting something along the lines of, "The children of the sun are back." That's how I know they were part of the group you've been telling me about.
But he lived to tell the tale?
When the sun came up, he pretended to be in pain, leading the hunters to think they had won, and the moment they let their guard down, he subdued them and escaped. He doesn't remember the name of the place they took him, but it was a big industrial area by the water, with an abandoned train station and a silver mine.
Doesn't sound like Windenburg, but a silver mine should definitely stick out.
And once we find it, we find the witch hunters as well. Mum will be pleased.
Then I suppose I can go now. My talking cat must be missing his master.
What's a porn movie?
A movie about the stuff we usually do in private, and sometimes in the communal shower of a public gym.
Why would anyone make a movie about something like that?
No idea. Ask the guy who filmed us and put us on YouTube. Our video had 500,000 views the last time I checked, and Loki is still in need of psychotherapy after seeing it.
How come I haven't seen it yet?
I don't know, maybe because watching porn goes against your Christian values. Remember Sodom and Gomorrah, where everybody was fucking everybody until it started raining fire.